Welcome back to the Free to Play Podcast, Episode 5. Today I am joined by the sexiest co host on the Seven Seas, Andrew Hullabaloo.
Yo, how's it fucking going, guys? Hey, hi, hello.
Damn, someone calls him sexy once and now he's got so much confidence.
Yeah, that's the air of a confident man, all right.
How are you doing, Andrew? It's been a long time.
It has been a little bit. We had some plans to keep on going, but I had to retreat into my cave for more Genshin because I was still on that whole fucking kick for a while there,
My god.
and that's the sole reason.
Yeah, you hadn't updated the show notes yet, so I was worried that you've still only been playing Genshin Impact.
It hasn't been. It's not completely. Not completely. I've hit a bit of a roadblock because I've come at pretty much the end of all the content. There's still collectible things to do, like Animunculus, Geoculus, whatever they're called. But as far as the story and shit goes, I've pretty much hit the end of all that until the next update, which I think is November 11th. And I still don't
Damn.
know what that's gonna include. I think it's gonna include more characters, and I think it'll open up a new area to explore. But I don't know if more story will get added yet. And that's really what I'm waiting for, because I want
That's kind
to
of
I want
hype.
to knock out some more story. Yeah. So yeah, that's where I've been occupying my time. That's I mean, alternatively, I've also been getting back into Minecraft a little bit because when we did that episode on with Minecraft Live and stuff, I said I was gonna do that, and then I didn't. Uh, so I decided to do that, and I've been having a bit of a time with it. It's things are harder than I remember.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like a fucking dad playing a video game because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, and
Probably
that's
like my dad when I made him play Assassin's Creed 4.
probably it's got to be somewhere along those lines because I felt like I had to relearn everything, and I never have to do that when I play games. So I guess I'm just getting old now. So my memory isn't as strong. So I have to pick things back up. It's not like I had to fucking I didn't know how to craft anything or punch a fucking tree or whatever. But there were
Man, no
lots of
one
things that I didn't remember. Like can I mine diamond with a stone pickaxe? I didn't try it. Thank God.
Man, no one told me growing up was gonna suck this bad where I can't remember how to play Minecraft.
I know, that's usually the worst part of adulthood so far. Taxes and everything, that's whatever. Forgetting how to play Minecraft, fuck. That hits different, man. It really does.
For real, man. No one told me I wasn't gonna have so much time to spend playing games with the homies, with the
Uh,
boys.
yeah. God, we're old.
God, honestly, I just turned 20 in September and I feel so old.
I'm about to be 22 in a few months, so.
Dang. I always forget you're so much older than me. Well, not
So
so
much
much,
older
but
by by a year and a half. I'm so much fucking older.
Facts, but it's always just kind of I don't know. It's always been this big thing where you'll mention that you're almost 2 years ahead of me. I'm like, oh shit, he really is.
And yet we were in the same grade.
Yeah, that's always been weird.
Because I was held back in kindergarten. Anyways, that's what I've been doing in all this time. That's what I've been covering. That's what I've been doing. That's what I've been playing. That's the game. That's the lowdown. What about you? What have you been doing? Anytime.
Is this thing on?
Yeah, well, it is now, I guess. Was it not on before?
No, I've just been vibing, man. I've played a few things. Real quick,
Tell us about them.
let me get to the housekeeping real quick.
Oh
Make
yeah,
sure follow
we're
us
going
on.
about this all out of order.
No, it's fine. Unique flow. Just not
We're
unique. What's the word?
we're professionals.
Facts. No, but follow us on GG. I've been posting a lot more shit there. Twitter at the F2P _ podcast. Instagram, I think, is the free to play podcast. I keep forgetting to update the fucking show
It's
notes
still
with
blank.
the Instagram. Yeah, it's still blank. And then YouTube at the free to play podcast. And then we're on most streaming services, most podcast services. So check us out there. I don't have anything else to promote. Go check out Respawn Aim Fire. They're doing cool shit. Anyway, I've been playing a little bit. I got back into Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag because I said flag really weird.
No, it's fine. No, you're good. Just keep going. Don't call attention to it.
I was doing my replay of the series, and I got done with 3. I started Liberation, and I'm just, I was like, I don't want to play this. Like, I might go back to it, but it was like, it felt like a chore just to get to Black Flag. Like, I would play it and be like, man, I can't wait till I'm playing Black Flag. And then all of a sudden I was like, I'm just going to fucking play Black Flag. So I've been doing that. Played that
you don't
a
have
little
to go
bit.
in order.
I mean, I want to because I want to play them all before Valhalla comes out. And I want to play them in order. And I've talked about it, so I'm not going to talk about it again, but it really helped me, like, playing these games in order again. Excuse me, I got to sneeze.
Add it to the compilation. the Poor Chat 118 sneezing compilation.
God, I hope that doesn't exist.
I want it to now. Now that we've talked about it.
Bruh. I wonder, like, if I edit this podcast and I just add something in place of that sneeze, what the sound should be. Like, maybe just me being like, bruh.
No, just keep it as a sneeze. Just keep it.
Nah, man. Either way, like, playing through the series again in order really helped me, like, recapture, like, what was cool about this shit. So, playing Black Flag, not much to say about it. Been trying to platinum it, but I want to platinum them in order, so I need to finish platinuming Brotherhood, which is really fucking hard.
Yeah. I like Black Flag. It's the one with the ships, right?
Yeah. Black Flag's amazing.
I like that one. It has ships in it. I'm sorry, go on.
No, you're good. Speaking of platinums, though. Hold on, let me finish chewing this M&M.
Not sponsored.
Please sponsor us. Speaking of platinums, I have now platinumed Ghost of Tsushima. I know. Yeah, hold your applause.
All right.
You may continue.
So what was that like?
It took a lot, Andrew. It took a lot. So I'm going to compress this into a 5-minute story because we don't have much time tonight.
It's true.
I started playing the game when it came out. It was like July 20-something. Like the night it came out at midnight. Technically 11 because I'm in Illinois. But at midnight, I was playing the game. I was really enjoying it, you know? I was like, this game's fucking awesome. So I played it so much. Like, I think every time I had a chance, I was playing that game. I was spending a lot more time than necessary. Like, I think people platinum the game in half the time it took me to platinum it. But, like, I was just exploring, doing a bunch of random shit. So I was playing it a lot, really enjoying the game. I think I beat it, and then I put it down for a little bit to give myself time to breathe, play a few other games. I think after that, I beat Modern Warfare 1 and then worked on 2. Was beating some other stuff. I go back to it finally to start platinuming, and I'm like, all right, I need to take this serious. I need to sit down and platinum this game. So I'm doing that for a little bit. And then I run into this glitch. I think I've talked about it before on the podcast. I run into a glitch. I'm following this dude into a house. I see a box over there. I'm like, I'm going to be funny. I'm going to go stand on this box because I'm bored. I stand on the box.
That was your first mistake.
That was my biggest mistake.
What happened?
I stand on the box and I cannot get off. I can't crouch. I can't roll. I can't attack. Like, I can only walk, and I can't walk off of it. And I'm
The
like,
binding powers of the box.
bro, honestly, I'm like, fuck, I can't do this shit. This is fucking God. So I go to reload a save. The only save that I had prior to that was from 10 hours prior.
Damn.
So I was so like discouraged from that for a solid month I just put it down again. I was like, fuck this. Like, I don't want to do this again. Maybe like I tried every once in a while I try booting it up and just playing through that save, and it's just like every time I'd be like, no, fuck this. I've already done this. I don't want to do this again. So October 16th is when they announced something we'll get to, Ghost of Tsushima Legends, but they were also like hyping up a big update for us. I'm like, okay, maybe it'll include a bug fix. It didn't. So
that's disappointing.
Yeah, so after that I was like, all right, whatever. I'm sitting around waiting for an update. That's not going to happen. Whatever. So I just start doing it again. I start grinding. I get into this habit, this routine of playing it for a while. Sometimes my girlfriend would watch me and she'd be like, you're kind of dumb for platinuming things, but I respect it. And I'm like, thank you. That's all I need. And
so supportive.
No, like she she jokes with me, but she likes that I have something I enjoy like this. But either way, so I'm sitting there, I'm grinding it for a while. One of the trophies I need is okay, so one big trophy is like you need to get all the collectibles in the game and it's all under like one trophy. So I'm like, all right, that's fine. And then there's another trophy that well, there's two. There's one, complete every duel. I automatically assumed that was gonna be tied to all the quests. There's side quests and there's mythic quests. I had 2 mythic quests I hadn't done because I had done them on my previous save. So for a while on this new save, I was like, this new version of the save, I was like, I'm not going to do those again. I already got the mythic quest trophy, so I shouldn't have to do them again. Spoiler alert, I had to do them again at the end. Because there was one of them you had to go up this mountain, and for the life of me, I couldn't figure out how to do it. Looked up a tutorial, I did it. But so I wanted to save that because the only way I got through it the first time is that my little brother showed me how to do it. And by little, he's like 16, but still. So the other trophy I was struggling on is you have to complete all the Tales of Tsushima, which are the side quests. And there's a lot of them. So I get down to the final 2. I complete those and I'm like, all right, plat me. Didn't pop. So I'm like, what the fuck? I go online and people are like, oh yeah, there's some hidden quests, and I'm like, of fucking course there is. And so I'm trying to figure out I'm trying to figure out which ones I haven't done, and I'm like, fuck, I don't understand this. So I go online, I copy a list of every side quest in the game, and I make a spreadsheet. And I cross-reference it with all the quests I've done in the game. Like, manually, one by one, going through and be like, all right, here's this. Let me check in my game and my list if I've done this. I have? Okay, mark it. And
that's
so
some true dedication.
Dude, honestly, like, it was at, like, 3 a.m. in the morning. Like, I was sitting there on my computer doing it. Because at first, I was just playing on my bed. My girlfriend was sleeping next to me. I was just kind of playing a little bit, trying not to wake her up. I was on the TV. And I get to that point, I'm like, fuck, I have to take this to the computer, don't I? So I hook it up to the Elgato so I could play on my monitor, have my other monitor, like, doing all that shit. So I'm up at 3 a.m. listening to some podcast, trying to, like, do all this, like, stupid shit. Finally, I get those done. I get that trophy. Still need the dual trophy, so I'm like, all right, fuck, fine. I'll do the mythic quests again. Do those. Takes a little bit. Finally got the plat after 90 hours in the game. Thank you.
Congratulations, my guy.
I don't know how long that explanation was, but
don't worry about it. I ramble for much longer for a lot less.
True, I guess. Beers are always fun. So, yeah, that's pretty much my platinum journey with it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, have
It
you
was,
heard of this guy named Adam McDermott?
yeah, I really like his
Yeah.
trophy videos a lot.
I've been meaning to recommend them to you because I didn't know whether you knew him or not. But yeah, I've watched some of his videos. They're really nice. I like them.
Mhm.
If you haven't checked out Adam McDermott, go do it. He makes really good videos about his experiences trying to platinum various games.
Yeah, he does a really good job. And some of those platinums I know because I've tried. Some of those platinums take so fucking long, and he puts so much work into the videos.
Yeah, I
So
bet.
I'm following. He doesn't do guides per se, but he simplifies it a little bit. So I've been following his videos for the Doom plat and then the Batman Arkham Asylum ones. I've been trying to
Hmm.
follow those pretty closely to get those plats. But yeah, he makes really good content.
Yeah. So go check him out. Do it. What
Do
are you
it.
doing listening to us for? Go listen to him.
Pause us, listen to him, and then come back to us.
Yeah, I mean, like, don't leave us or anything, but.
True. Yeah, Ghost was my fourth plat. And then immediately I was like, all right, what's my next one gonna be? Which is like,
The grind.
yeah, it's like I'm getting to that point because I never was a platinum guy, and like now I am, but I'm not. It's like I'm starting to look at games as platinums. Like it's
Hmm.
getting to the point where I'm like, oh, Minecraft Dungeons, I like this game, but that platinum looks kind of easy. Let's do it, kind of thing. That's kind of what I'm looking at. I've always looked at trophy lists when I get a game, even when I was a kid, because it was always interesting to me. But I never was like huge on it. Like there's back in the Xbox One days for me because I got an Xbox One a year after it launched because I was a 360 kid, and then
Mm-hmm.
like a year or two later, I was like, I'm just moving to PlayStation. I don't enjoy this anymore. Still love Xbox though as a company, but so back in those days, like 100% of Minecraft because I really enjoyed it. Minecraft played like fucking 3,000 hours of it as a kid and
Dude,
as an
I
adult.
I was like when I was a kid and I had the 360 version and I got all the base achievements for that one, I was so happy. But then when they updated it, they added more achievements, and I was like, God damn it!
Bro, yeah,
Because that was
that's
the
what.
only game I had ever had in my completed games list on the 360.
No, I feel you, dude. That's why I hate Xbox trophies, like achievements. This shit fucking sucks. Like I like gamer score, but it's like that same thing happened to me when I got 100% of Minecraft on Xbox One. I have 50% now because they just add it to the main total instead of PlayStation, where they do it as like separate lists, which I really
Yeah,
enjoy.
that sounds really nice.
Yeah, that's one reason I love PlayStation. That's one reason I'm still on PS4 instead of PC, even though my PC's better than my PS4, is because I like platinum trophies.
Yeah,
But
Steam achievements are useless, so I get it.
yeah, they kind of suck. Like I'm trying to get that 100% Doom Eternal right now, but at this point I'm kind of like, should I just get the game on PS4? Like I still want Doom. We'll get into Doom Eternal in a minute. But it's
Hmm.
like I still want to play Doom Eternal on PC first as my first experience when new content drops. But I'm also like, should I just play the game again on PS4 and get that platinum instead of trying to grind on PC for all the extra shit? I don't know. Maybe I'll do it on PC because prefer Doom on PC, but I don't know. But yeah, on Xbox I had Minecraft 100%, and then I 100% Lego Marvel and Lego Batman 3. So I kind of dabbled in it a little bit, but I wasn't huge on it. So now I'm looking at things like, shit, I could platinum this, but I'm not like insane. Like I don't platinum every game that I play.
Yeah, that would be maddening.
Honestly, like there's still some plats I look at, I'm like, that's too fucking much to me. But on the flip side, I'm also doing the Witcher 3 plat, which is way too much for me, but it's my favorite game, so I feel like I should plat it.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's like the next one I guess should be Assassin's Creed Brotherhood because I'm like 64% through it, but it's difficult, man. There's so much that I have to do for that one that I'm just like, I don't want to, but I'm gonna do it.
Hmm. Gotta respect that grind.
Facts. And then Ghost of Tsushima Legends, I want to talk more about it next week because I haven't played it much because it's a multiplayer thing, and I've been waiting on my boys to play it. And then one of my boys got married and he's on his honeymoon, so been waiting on him to get back to play more of it, but it's really fun. It's a 4-player kind of like uh it's kind of like a dungeon crawler experience. It's kind of not, but it's in that vein, kind of like a Destiny, fighting off like hordes of enemies kind of thing, getting gear and stuff. It's really fun. It's actually really enjoyable, but I'll talk more about it next week. Avengers, I'm getting back into. I played more of it today, actually. I played more of it last night. Trying to get my cap up to 150. Still trying to platinum that game, but that's gonna take a really long time. They had they updated it a little. There's a few things I want to discuss. They came out and they were like, okay, this isn't on news. I'm just gonna talk about it now. They said we're gonna push back the Kate Bishop DLC, which was supposed to drop this month in October, and then they're pushing back the next gen version of the game. You could still play the game on the next gen consoles just as backwards compatible, but like the next gen versions are getting pushed back until next year, I think, which kind of sucks because that was their big shot. But if they need more time, they should really get more time.
So, a rushed game is forever bad.
Exactly, that Miyamoto quote.
Yeah, I don't know the first half, just that second one.
It's like a delayed game is eventually good, but a rushed game is always bad. It's forever bad.
That's the one.
Yeah, everyone uses that for when talking about crunch or something like that. But
or
I mean,
when
it's
talking
a good
about
quote.
Video game delays.
True. It's a good quote, but sometimes it gets overused by people. But either way, so because of that, they're giving out people like a care package of like a bunch of credits and stuff, a bunch of currency to use to buy skins and stuff, and they're also doing this thing where every day they're doing in case you missed it in the shop, so that every day is like a new rotating thing of like skins that people want. And then they gave people enough credits to buy one skin, but they're also doubling it in half, so now you can buy two. So I've bought a couple cool things, and I've grinded up some credits as well and bought another cool thing. I just copped my World War II Captain America suit today, and I was really happy about it. I got a Iron Man skin, his retro one. Now my entire Avengers is like decked out in the cool gear, even though I only really play as Cap. But they're looking pretty fresh right now. So that was really enjoyable. Then they added a few new things in the update. You can now run in a social space, which you don't understand how fucking amazing that is to do now.
I think I can get it.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you just had to like walk around in like some fairly populated areas and not really be able to get anywhere super fast.
Yeah, it would take so long. It was so bad. But now you can run. And so I'm going to try to explain this. They used to have, in the game, there was two social spaces. There was the helicarrier, and there was the anthill. Both of them had a daily quest vendor, so you had to go there to get your daily quests, which kind of sucked because obviously you would have to sit through a load screen to transport to yet another social space. So they added a third social space, which you think would be like, what the fuck are you doing? But both daily quest vendors are now in that one. There's still certain things that are only in the other social space. So if you want some gear vendor, yeah, you might have to go back to like the helicarrier. But if you just want your daily quests and then you want to go on a mission and just leave, you can do all of that in this new shield base, which is really cool. And they're kicking off this new event where like you see Maria Hill in face now in person, which you didn't in the campaign. So it's kind of cool. She's heading that operation, and now there's this new Tachyon Rift thing, which I haven't played those missions yet. I think I'm waiting on the boys, but it seems really cool. There's not enough that would make me jump back in the game if I was already done with it, but I'm not done with it. So like I'm enjoying the small content they're bringing me. But like I said, if I was already done with it and I saw this update, I would be like, okay, I'll hop in, get the skins I want, but I'm not gonna play anymore because there's not enough content. But I'm still enjoying it. I'm still want my Cap to get max level, and then I might work on my Iron Man next. But I'm enjoying it a lot.
Well, that's cool. I'm glad for you that I like I like how happy you are about the social space thing.
True. Yeah,
Because that sounded like it was kind of annoying to deal with.
bro, it was really bad.
Mm-hmm.
One last thing that I've been playing before we touch on our news and actually get into stuff you can talk about.
Sorry.
Game of the year. Just kidding. I don't know what my game of the year is. It's either Ghost or Doom, but game of the year, Doom Eternal, just got a DLC. And my fucking god, Andrew, it feels so good to be back in Doom Eternal again.
Well, that's nice.
This DLC is really good. Like, I
What's
was
it
playing
about?
the first. What'd you say?
What's it about?
Well, it's Doom, so plot's not its big thing, but.
Are you kidding me? That's the only reason I played Doom 2016.
Essentially, it's like. So far, like, I'm on the second mission, but after you beat the con maker in the original game, apparently that's like throwing this big power balance off shift. It's like awakening the ancient gods or some shit. So you have to get like the seraphim, and like he's what kind of like helps bring order or whatever, and you have to beat the ancient gods or something. I don't know. I haven't beat it yet. But this is part 1. This is the Ancient Gods part 1. So I know it's going to end on some big cliffhanger or something, but I don't know how many missions are in it. I'm on mission 2 right now, but fuck, that first mission was so long, but it was so good and so badass. For a while there, I was like, this is really long. Like, I know it's only $20 and it says part 1. And I was like, is this all like, like, is this going to be like a 1 mission DLC? Like, I wouldn't be too mad because like I was enjoying it and it was a long mission, but I was like, I don't know, but so far I'm on another mission and that mission's fucking awesome too. So like, I don't know. I might talk about more next week once I hopefully beat it, but it's so far it hasn't added a lot, but I'm not mad about it. More Doom, in my opinion, is fine with me. Like, Doom Eternal was already like the best FPS I've ever played in my entire life, and it was already like my 3rd favorite game. So having more of it in my life is awesome to me. Like, I really enjoy it. So I mean, yeah.
Sorry. I was doing something on my phone. Don't worry about it. I was paying attention. Yeah, that sounds really exciting. Obviously, like, you know, I only played like 2016, but I had a lot of fun with 2016. So, you know, I'll get around to Eternal. I will, and I'll be able to experience that fucking like awesomeness too. From what you say, like, it seems like it will be like you know, a fun ride too, and like a bigger improvement from what 2016 already was. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, Doom Eternal, like, it's hard for me to go back to 2016 after playing Eternal, because 2016 was like in my top 3 already before Eternal came out. Now I took 2016 off of my list entirely because A, that's kind of redundant, but B, Doom Eternal was just so much better that like I love 2016 still, but I go back to it and I'm like, shit, like this is like I know I enjoyed it before Eternal, but it's like it's hard to get into now still, because Eternal just like it takes everything good about 2016 and it just like amps it up to 11. Like, you have to constantly be aware of your situations of like it sounds cumbersome to be like, oh, the Mancubus has metal arms, so I have to get the shotgun and I have to sticky grenade his arms off and then I can start shooting him, while also I have to plasma grenade the shield so it blows up, while also getting the sniper to shoot the Revenant's arm cannons off, while also doing this to do this, and while also glory killing him to get health, and then chainsawing him to get ammo, and then I have to fucking freeze grenade a group of zombies, flame belch them so that I get health and armor at the same time, and then kill them. And it's like, it sounds like a lot.
You sound like you've been through this exact scenario. You're
Yeah.
calling it so specifically.
Yeah, that's the game loop. But it's like it's so fucking good being able to like think about shit because like they want you to do that, but at the same time it's like if you really, really wanted to, you could take the super shotgun and just kill everybody. But it's fun to be they give you enough tools and nudge you in the right way to be creative with all this shit while also being like, okay, I'll take the super shotgun, which has the meat hook on it. I'll meat hook to somebody, which is like grappling hook to somebody, shoot them while I'm still in the air and I'm like turning around. I'm shooting this guy and I'm going to meat hook again to that guy, turn around and shoot another guy while I'm running. And then while I'm still in the air, shoot another like freeze grenade, start shooting people with the plasma. Like it's so good. Like it sounds a lot on paper, but when you're playing it, I was playing it last night and like every time I play it, like I'm clenching my butt so hard. Like I'm in gamer mode. I'm like, I don't know if you can hear that, but that's pretty much like me with the keys constantly, and I'm like moving around, and I'm like, they throw in 2 Marauders at some segment too, and Marauders were like the hardest thing in the first one, even though I found them kind of easy once you get to know their pattern. It's really simple, but they throw 2 Marauders at you, and I'm like, fuck, and I'm like trying to do it, and like I do it first try, and I'm like, let's fucking go, and I'm like, I'm getting so fucking hyped, dude. Doom is so good. Moving on.
Basically, go play Doom.
Please go play it. It's hard to say it's slept on because it's Doom, but it's also slept on. Like I feel like Doom had, if you say that to like an old head, they're gonna be like, you're fucking stupid. Doom was like the granddaddy of FPS games, and it's like, yes, you're right, but in today's, I don't know, in today's kind of like society, funny Joker word.
It can be both the granddaddy and the cool kid.
Yeah, it's like in today's world of gaming, it's like I don't see Doom really being in that sphere. It's like, yeah, it sells really good, so you know people are buying it, but I feel like it's a lot of people in our circle that are like games a lot and no games are coming out. But I feel like a lot of like normal people are like, oh, just go get COD or something. Like I don't think a lot of people are looking at Doom and they're like, fuck, I need this kind of thing.
I don't think a lot of people are looking at, a lot of average, normal folks are looking at FPS games just in general.
Well, besides COD. I know COD is like the biggest average gamer game ever.
Really?
Dude, I don't think you realize the amount of like high school kids that only either play COD, FIFA, Madden, or like NBA. Like
I only know about the ones who play nothing but sports games.
True, but like COD's also in that circle. Or like some people I know like only play like Battlefield or something, but like, it's usually like COD is that average gamer game.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that.
Damn. Yeah, so it's like even people that are like in the games industry, I feel like they don't give Doom Eternal a shot because they're like, oh, mindless shooting, killing. Don't really care. I'm gonna go play Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, those type of games, which are good, but it's like Doom Eternal, I really feel like it's gonna be left out in the Game of the Year talk because of what it is, because it's not a Last of Us Part 2 or Final Fantasy 7 or Ghost of Tsushima, which I also love Ghost of Tsushima. But because of what Doom Eternal is, I know it's not going to get... I don't even think it's going to get nominated for Game of the Year because of the judges they pick, which kind of really annoys me, but I don't know.
Is that a topic for another time?
That might be.
Are they... When is the... Are they doing like a game... They're doing like a Game Awards thing, I guess, but like when?
December 10th, I think, is the exact date.
Okay, alright, I gotta keep that in mind. As part of the show, I gotta keep updated on this.
Yeah, we gotta watch that shit, buddy.
We do.
Yeah,
gotta get 10th. Some live highlights going.
That would be fun.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah.
Alright, we can move on, I guess. I spent a lot of time talking about Doom and shit. Let's get into some news.
Let's do that. Yeah, let's go.
I want to read off the Xbox Series X launch titles, and then we might be able to have a conversation about it, but I mostly want to read them off, and then maybe they'll circle around into our main topic.
Yeah.
They announced the Series X launch titles. They're going to be Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Borderlands 3, Bright Memory 1.0, Cuisine Royale, Dead by Daylight, Devil May Cry 5, Dirt 5, Enlisted, Evergate, The Falconeer, Fortnite, Forza Horizon 4, Gears 5, Gears Tactics, Grounded, King Oddball, Maneater, Manifold Garden, NBA 2K21, Observer, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Planet Coaster, Sea of Thieves, Tetris Effect Connected, The Tourist, War Thunder, Warhammer, Watch Dogs Legion, some World Rally game, I don't care, Yakuza Like a Dragon, and Yes, Your Grace. Those are all games that either are new coming out or they are smart delivery, meaning they get like a new next-gen version.
All right. I'm glad you said that because I kind of forgot what it was for a second there.
Yeah, smart delivery is pretty much like those are games that are just being boosted, essentially. Obviously, you also have backwards compatibility, so you can play literally anything, but the games I listed off are either new or they're getting a next-gen port / version. So
it's fine, just keep going.
That's it, unless you have something to say about it.
I'm surprised you didn't have anything to. I'm surprised you didn't have like some visceral reaction just from having to read off Watch Dogs Legion.
I know, dude. Okay, fuck. I'm gonna bring this up real quick. So,
yeah.
Me and my friend Evan have been having this small little rapport of like he likes Watch Dogs 1 and 2, and he was really hyped for Legion, and I'm like, bro, I love 1 and 2 too, but Legion looks like ass, and he's like, bro, what are you talking about? You're dumb. So today he posted in the Discord, he's like, some site I can't remember is like playing like the first 2 hours of the game, and he was like, not gonna lie, I'm pretty disappointed. And I'm like, I told you, dude, Legion looks trash.
Yes, I was right. Me.
I know there is a little bit of that.
Meanwhile, I'm in the camp where I don't know anything about any of the games, but I'm excited for the third one because you're not.
Bro, like I'm surprised like I've ranted about it enough that like you know me as the guy that fucking hates Legion.
And Odyssey and
yeah, facts. But it's like even he was talking about it was like they're not playing into the weirdness of like CTOS, but the other ones they kind of like play into like I don't know, public security and stuff like that. And then this one there's kind of like, oh, let's just get into it. Let's just liberate London. And it's like you lose the charm. I feel like Legion is tapping into let's be wacky, but let's not be a fun wacky like Watch Dogs 2.
What are you talking about? A squad of old ladies is the fucking
That's my
best.
point. It's like, let's be wacky. You can play as old ladies, this weird fucking pig mask guy. Let's be wacky. Ooh, this is crazy. Ooh, we're in London. Oi, mate. Ooh, wacky. But we're not going to have fun with it. We're just going to give you a generic-ass game with no main character because we couldn't come up with a main character because it's really fucking hard for us to do. So, ooh, everyone's the main character. We're going to blame the stale main character on the fact that there's actually no main character because that's how we written it because we're fucking stupid. We're Ubisoft.
Right? I honestly, like, you know, fucking jokes aside and shit, I can like kind of agree with that too. And like fucking like, cause it's a AAA game, right? So they're gonna like charge full fucking price for this. So like, I can get why people are really not happy about it. I'm just like joking and stuff because I haven't played the games. I don't know them. I don't have an attachment to them. So I just kind of meme on it a little bit. But I can understand your frustration because you've made it very clear.
It's weird, right? Because I know it's gonna be one of those things where critics love it, and I'm like,
will they?
I think so because like I know there's a lot of critics that like. As much as I think Odyssey is a departure from the series and it's god awful, a lot of critics love that game. So it's like Greg Miller, I respect that man a lot, and I bring him up a lot, but I don't mean any disrespect on his name. Like, fuck, I would literally like be the happiest man alive if I could work for Kind of Funny. Like, that is my dream job. So when I bring up his name, it's not disrespect, but like I know like he loves Odyssey so much, and I'm like, I disagree with you as much as I respect you. It's like I like that you like Odyssey, but sometimes it's like it rubs me the wrong way because I feel like a lot of people critics, they can like what they like. I don't care. But it's just sometimes I feel like when critics really love something but the fans don't, I feel like a lot of companies will lean towards the critics, and I get that's what they do. Like, they're a bigger voice, obviously. That's why they're critics, because they're supposed to be the voice of the community. But it's like, I don't know. It's like, I don't want a company to be like, let's listen to the critics, they like it, but our fans hate this departure, the people that were there loving the series, but let's just do what the critics like because they don't like the series at all, if you get what I mean. Like, I know Greg Miller, like, he was really hyped for Legion, and like, I'm interested to see his take on it. That's why I bring his name up, because like, I'm interested to see like what he thinks about the whole thing. I know he's played like a demo of it. I'm hoping he likes it and then I like it, but like, I don't really think I will. Like, I know we have that big disagreement. Well, obviously not a public disagreement because he doesn't know who I am, but like, I know
no matter how many times I've publicly called him out on Twitter.
But like, I know, like, I disagree with him a lot on Odyssey, so like, I'm curious to see, is it gonna be a thing where critics enjoy it because they play a lot of games, so they're able to be like, because I think that's where the disparity comes along. Like, I don't bring up critics to be like, critics suck. Like, I know critics play a lot of games, so they have more of a perspective. With like, when they dislike something, it's probably because they've played fucking 10 million of that game already. So it's like, I give a lot of like respect to critics, but I don't know. Like, I am interested to see what him and like the whole critic space think of Legion. I just kind of hope just people, I don't know, score it fairly, I guess. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that. It's just like, I'm really curious to see the reception of this game because I'm not hot on it, but maybe, I don't know. Like I said, maybe people will review it good and I'll play it and I will enjoy it, you know? We'll see.
It just, the whole idea of like, like everybody's a playable character, it just seems like such a tall order. I think I talked about this before, like when it was first announced. Like, I think I touched on it briefly. Like, something like that seems like such a ridiculously fucking tall order and something that would be really hard to do, and I don't think Ubisoft of all people are going to be the ones to be able to pull it off.
Yeah, I agree.
So I don't think it'll work. I'm not gonna be like cautiously optimistic even. I don't think it's gonna work, but it's gonna be a train wreck, and it's not gonna be, like, I'm not trying to say it will be, but like, if it is, then I will still love it either way because that's just how I operate.
Yeah, true.
But I'll also be sad I'll be sad like if it's something that disappoints you, but like
I think it comes out. I think it comes out this month. Let me look it up real quick. I think it comes out the 30th.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it comes out the 29th.
Oh, great. A few days from now.
Yeah, it comes out this Thursday. So like, I'm not gonna play it. Like, I've washed my hands of it where I'm like, I still think it's ass. I still think it looks ass. Also, I just don't have the money for it. But if I did, there's so much more coming out that I'm like, as much as I am the guy to be like, I don't wait for reviews because if I'm excited for something, I'm going to play it. I know a lot of people are like, I'm hyped for this, but I'll wait for reviews. I'm like, no, because that doesn't mean I'm going to like or dislike it. Like, I brought up someone I respect heavily. He liked a game that I really enjoy. So it's like, he liked a game that I really don't enjoy. So it's like, that's why, again, I keep having to say that's no disrespect, but I bring it up only to say that I'm not the type of guy that waits for reviews because I guess I have weird tastes. So it's like, I'm not judging what I enjoy off of what other people enjoy. So I don't think waiting for reviews is really going to be like, you'll like this or you won't type of thing. I'm just not that type of guy. If I know I'm enjoying it, I'm hyped for it, I'm going to get it. And if I hate it, then, oh, well, I spent $60 on it. I probably won't sell it because I don't like selling games. But if I really hate it, maybe I will. Doesn't matter.
Pass this curse off to some other sorry sucker.
Yeah, true. But so it's like, I don't know, man. I've already washed my hands of it to be like, I'm going to wait. I'm going to see what people say about it. I will watch some gameplay of it. I still want to play it on my own to have my own taste. Like, I'm not necessarily just waiting for reviews, but I still am really curious of what the reception is going to be. And if people have answers to questions that I've been wondering, and they're like, oh, well, I was wondering about this, but they solve it. So I'll be like, okay, bet. Maybe it'll be worth checking out in 2021. But I don't know. We'll see. We spent a long time on a game that like literally wasn't in the show notes at all.
I drew on like some fucking like deep seated hatred and like had to draw it out.
Moving on, they showed off the PS5 UI, and I don't have much to say about it besides saying it looks cool. Like, I see a lot of people, including my friends, being like, you know, I don't care about the cards. I don't care about game help. I don't know what that's going to be for me. Like, I don't care about being able to show your screen, like share someone's screen, have that picture in picture. I think that's cool. Like, I think so many people are like, this is dumb because I'm never going to use it. And it's like, okay, someone will. Like, I don't know if I'm going to use it just because I don't have a lot of friends, especially on PSN. But there's been times where I was on Xbox with my friends, and I would have liked to be able to, like, if I'm just chilling playing a game, I wouldn't mind having them, like, my friend's Dark Souls run on my screen just to see what he's up to. Like, that's really cool. I don't know if you saw the presentation, but, like, you can start a share play, so someone can share their screen to you, and you can put that picture-in-picture, like, in the corner or somewhere on your screen, just small down there. It looks really dope. Like, maybe if you're go ahead.
Like, if the thing I'm most interested in is like the idea of if you're fucking playing like if you're playing against each other, like doing like, you know, that one like fucking indie game or whatever. It was like this random like PC game. It might have been on like itch.io or something. But it was basically called Screen Cheat, and the whole concept about it was that like you had like, when you were playing this game with your friends, like you would have all of your screens on like together, but you couldn't, like, on your screen you couldn't like see the other people's characters, so you had to use their screens in order to like track them down and get them. So you literally had to look off of other people's screens to fucking do that shit. And like, I thought that was a really cool idea. So I'm wondering if there will be, like, with things like hardware like this, or like certain applications like this, I wonder if there will be any like programs or games that would take advantage of stuff like that. Probably not, but like if they do, that'd be kind of cool to see.
Yeah, I think that would be really interesting. That does sound really neat what you were talking about, but that would be kind of a cool solution for it. I think it could also be used in a way where, like, say you're playing Warzone with somebody, and instead of being like, oh, I'm back behind this cover over here, behind the bus, behind the thing,
You could
you
just
can
show
have,
them.
like, exactly, like, you just look at their screen like, oh, he's right there, just go to him, kind of thing. Like, I think it's gonna be a thing where people are presented it and they're like, okay, when will I need it? And then across this next 7 years, they'll probably use it a handful of times because it's there, and they're like, okay, you know. It's things like that. It's like when it's presented to somebody, you're going to be like, why do I care about it? But you'll probably end up using it, and you'll probably find a need for it later on.
Yeah, like, I don't really care about it, but I'm not like upset that it's there.
Yeah. I don't know. Moving on, I guess. Like, the UI looks really cool, but let's move on from that. So, this is old news, but I wanted to touch on it.
Yeah.
I don't remember who actually interviewed the dude. I can't remember.
It was someone on Kotaku, I think, right? Because on the show notes, you originally just had like the whole like article thing, like fucking copy pasted on here.
Yeah, I have
that was what it was.
article from Steven Totilo of Kotaku. I don't know if it's. I forgot. I didn't read the entire article, so I don't know if it's them citing the interview or it's that guy that interviewed him. But
professionals.
Yeah, true. But hey, I have one source. You know, I cited the source I used. I don't know if it's the original source, but it's the source I used. So
Good enough. Partial credit.
facts. So he was interviewing Phil Spencer, and he was kind of doing that thing that's annoying where it's like, oh, and interviewing the Xbox guy, you gotta talk about PlayStation because why wouldn't you? Where it's like, you're an Xbox guy, let's bring up PlayStation. Like, I don't really like when people do that, but I'll read everything I have here and then we can discuss about it.
Alrighty.
Spencer has said in previous interviews that existing deals involving ZeniMax games would still be honored, suggesting that something like the time-traveling game Deathloop would still come first to PS5, as previously announced. Beyond that, though, fans have worried whether ZeniMax games would go to Xbox and PC only. In other words, they wondered if PlayStation would stop getting Fallouts and miss out on the sequel to Skyrim. Which, side note, sequel to Skyrim was Elder Scrolls 5.
It's fucking Elder Scrolls. Elder Scrolls 6 is what you're talking about, guys.
Yeah.
Even I know that.
It's like, I know they're probably saying that because that's... I
It's
think the
more
most sad
well
part is not
recognized.
the sad part is not that they wrote it down, is that the sad part is that I know there's a lot of people that look at Skyrim as a game. So they're like, when's Skyrim 2 coming out?
Yeah, its own separate thing.
True. Anyway, I wondered that too. Is it possible to recoup a $7.5 billion investment if you don't sell Elder Scrolls 6 on the PlayStation? I asked. Yes, Spencer quickly replied. Then he paused. I don't want to be flip about that, he added. This deal was not done to take games away from another player base like that. Nowhere in the documentation that we put together was, how do we keep other players from playing these games? We want more people to be able to play games, not fewer people to be able to play those games. But I'll also say in the model, I'm just answering directly the question that you had. I'm just answering directly to the question that you had. When I think about where people are going to be playing and the number of devices that we had, and we have xCloud and PC and Game Pass and all our console base, I don't have to go ship those games on any other platform other than the platforms that we support in order to kind of make the deal work for us, whatever that means. We do know that Microsoft has made a big studio purchase and kept its new franchise multi-platinum before. That's what they did with Mojang in this game Minecraft. So it wouldn't be wild to see a Fallout 5 on PlayStation 5. For now, Spencer has said that platforms for future ZeniMax games will be determined on a case-by-case basis, and even if they make the games multi-platform, Spencer's team can still boast an advantage. ZeniMax games could be sold at full price on PlayStation, but offered at a large discount on the Xbox platform as part of the $10 a month Game Pass subscription, a killer deal that already grants players launch day access to every new Microsoft-published game. So let's unpack that.
Yes, let us do that thing.
Do you have any thoughts on that before I get into it?
Like, I don't know. It's a thing. Like, they raise a neat little point towards the end there. Like when they were talking about like whether or not like Microsoft's purchase of ZeniMax really means like, you know, fucking game, especially the really big like Bethesda games that they're really most known for, like the Fallout series, you know, after Bethesda took it, and the Elder Scrolls series, which I believe was always Bethesda. Like whether or not those would never see the fucking light of day on like PlayStation 5 or something, and like they're like, I think they were talking about how like they were kind of people were kind of like worried about that for like Minecraft 2, not like because like Minecraft was already like on the PC and stuff, but like, you know, that version, and that like that's released on fucking like every platform under the sun. So I don't think it's really anything to worry about like in regards to that. Like I think like especially all those games, they always see releases on multiple platforms. I depending on how well Deathloop does, I don't even know if that's gonna like just stay on PlayStation 5 and never really get moved out to like different consoles and stuff. Like if it doesn't sell well, I could kind of see that, because you know it would probably cost more to ship it out to like those other platforms. But
well, yeah. It's timed exclusivity right now for a year.
Yeah. So I don't see that like I don't know. I don't see exclusivity being much of a permanent thing for at least for stuff like this nowadays. In back back when possibly, but I don't think it's a big concern now anymore.
Yeah. I I have a lot of thoughts. To start off, I get the comparison of Minecraft, but I don't like obviously that's their big purchase. I don't blame people for like drawing that comparison,
Hmm.
but I don't think that's a solid comparison because Minecraft was one game, right? And you could say Minecraft Dungeons, whatever. But Minecraft was one ecosystem game. It's a game where you play together, any platform, whatever, which Microsoft started doing on their own, but it was an ecosystem game. It was already on PS3. Actually, I think by the time they bought Mojang, it was on PS4 as well. So it's like they're not
Really?
it was possible like they could just pull it from the store, but realistically they weren't going to do that. So, and
Hmm.
obviously I think they genuinely wanted to keep it on PlayStation as well, but that's one game that was already on the system, and even now with ZeniMax the purchase, they're still going to keep the exclusivity for Deathloop. They're still going to uphold to that. So, the people being like, "Oh, well Minecraft stayed on PlayStation, so that means Elder Scrolls 6 will be." Don't think so. I still believe that there's no way they spent $7.5 billion on ZeniMax and Bethesda and still let Elder Scrolls 6 go to PlayStation. I still think there's no way. But as you talked about and as the article described, it would be a power move as well. Because I can see it going both ways. I still don't think it's going to be on PlayStation, but if it is, it still will be a power move to say, like, okay, PS5, full price, but it's on Game Pass on Xbox. You don't have to pay anything for this game.
Hmm.
So it still is a flex, like, power move advantage, but I still don't see them going to PlayStation. I think when they said case by case basis, to me that implied okay, big games, no, not going to PlayStation, but smaller games like maybe a new Prey, maybe like smaller things like I was about to say Grounded, but that's Obsidian. Smaller games, stuff like that, they can go to PlayStation. You know, that's what I really read into when I heard case by case basis.
Hmm.
Maybe a Doom slits through the cracks and goes to PlayStation because of that, but I'm not really seeing I'm not seeing a need for Elder Scrolls 6 to go to PlayStation. Even Phil Spencer said, "Yeah, it's possible for us to recoup the investment even if it doesn't go to PlayStation." So, to me that's like, okay, wiping hands, done deal. Like that's the confirmation I need in my head. Whether they decide to put it on PlayStation to make extra money or not, to me it's a done deal already. Like confirmation it's not going to PlayStation in my head. That is my nail in the coffin for me to be like, why? Why would they do that? Yes, Microsoft loves doing things for the gamers, but that doesn't mean they can't take a W for themselves every once in a while and be like, okay, we still care about the gamers. That's why it's exclusive to us. But being exclusive to Microsoft doesn't just mean an Xbox console because you have Windows, you now
Yeah,
have
you have the whole Windows OS and shit because that's what every PC has.
exactly, and then now you have XCloud, which you can stream that anywhere with XCloud. So it's like being a Microsoft exclusive doesn't just mean an Xbox console. So in my mind, why would they do that? Why would they waste the opportunity to put it on PlayStation just because some people want it? Like as a company, as a gamer, makes sense. Put it on PlayStation, whatever. I want it there. But as a company, it in my head, it wouldn't make sense for me to do that.
I figured they would have like if it would have moved over to like different consoles and shit. I figured it would have been like one of those things. I don't know if this has been done before or if it's like unheard of or whatever, but like for like a solidly exclusive game to go on to other platforms, but like much later in their lifespan when it doesn't really matter anymore at all. That's kind of what I figured was gonna happen. Was that like if they do like move out of the, well, that probably won't work for something like the really big titles, because like if a really big title isn't going to be everywhere, then why bother at all at any point? But I don't know. That was just my thought process when I was thinking of like whether or not like these other games would ever see the light of day on other platforms.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely difficult because you can't really say yes or no. Like, it's hard to, even for me, as much as I don't think it's going to happen, it's still hard for me to say 100% that it's not going to PlayStation, because there's always a chance. There's always something that they could just be like, we're feeling generous today, drop it. But I'm just saying, like, as a business, I don't see any need for them to do it.
I get that. Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on. Sony released their PS4 8.0 update. We're going to skim past this. It's old news, but I want to touch on it. Updates to party and messages. Following this update, party and messages will be more tightly linked together, and you will see, this comes from the PlayStation blog, and you will see changes to the UI. Both apps will now use the same groups of players for party voice chats and message exchanges, instead of having different groups set up across two apps. So now you can start a party chat or send a message to the group you've previously chatted with across PS4 as well as PS5 when it launches. I'm going to touch on that for a little bit, and but put it in perspective for you, Andrew. It's Discord. It's when you put, when we put like two people in like a group DM on Discord,
Yeah,
and you can call that DM. That's what it is.
Like what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it now.
Like how we have that one with Holden as well. Like that's exactly what the new PS4 party chat is.
Yeah, we haven't used that one in forever.
True, because Holden's not on the podcast.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah, guess that just means we can never talk to him.
Yeah, I guess that's true. We could hit him up.
Yeah, maybe. But not right now. We have news to discuss.
News. Yeah, so that's essentially what it is, and I swear I'm not trying to play devil's advocate. Like, swear I'm not trying to be like the guy that's like, okay, well, I like it kind of guy, but I like it. I think people are mad about it. People are like, Sony, revert this right now. Why would you fix something that isn't broke? Sony, fix it right now. And like, I think it can be tightened up a little bit, because I do agree that it can be a little annoying. Like, if you want to quickly swap someone into your party, like, you have to send them that invite to the group. But it's also kind of like, it's kind of already like sending out a party invite for a private party. But I guess people are still upset that you can't have a public party, which is like, I get it, but I really enjoy how it is on Discord. I guess it's the PC gamer in me, where it's like, it's easy because I have two monitors. I'm on PC with fast SSDs, whatever. I can quickly jump into a new thing when we want to add a new friend to the game. Quickly jump into a new DM. So like, I get it, but I love it on Discord. I love how Discord works. Not even disregard servers on Discord. I'm talking about DMs on Discord. I love how that works. So like, I don't mind that Sony's doing that on their end. Like, I do like being able to set up like, okay, this is my Avengers group. This is my Call of Duty group. And then like, yeah, that first day, it launches, you might spend 30 minutes making these groups of people, but then for the next like 4 years, they're there. You're like, all right, this is my group. And you play with these people, and like, I still do agree that it needs tightening, because it definitely is difficult when you want to go and just join a party. Like, if they could find a way to like mix both versions together, that would be ideal. Because I think there are so many people that are like, revert this back, where it's like, maybe don't try to get it reverted, just try to get it to be figured out a little bit. I just like, people don't like change so much, and sometimes it gets a little annoying. It's like, bro, let someone try to change something. like the adage of "it ain't broke, don't fix it" only works sometimes. Like, it's okay to change things to make it go a little bit smoother. It's just like, as much as I like the system, I do agree Sony just needs to tighten it up a little bit because it's not perfect right now. But I really do like the idea more than most people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd say it's alright, but again, I only know Discord, and then you just compared it to Discord, so that's that's all I'm like, yeah, that seems okay. I don't know how much difficult it would be with controller controls if you're not just using the mouse to like just quickly like click on some things and then click a button or two to like move someone from somewhere to someone else. But whatever, it's all good. Like it's one of the first fucking like update things for like this new like generation and shit, like ushering that in. So there's time to figure things out. We'll see. I guess it largely depends on like how much and or how willing they are to listen to feedback and whether or not that feedback is actually constructive at all.
Yeah, I do think I do agree though. On PS4, people are trying it out right now. On PS4, it is rough because that hard drive is so fucking slow. So on PS4, I can kind of understand the what's the word? Hatred, whatever.
The
But on PS,
frustration.
yeah, true, frustration. But on PS5, I feel like it's gonna be so snappy with that new SSD. Like they're just getting this ready for PS5 because that's how parties are gonna work on there. I still think they should tighten it up a little bit on PS5 too. But with that SSD, I feel like once people get a PS5, they're gonna be like, okay, it's not that bad. But on PS4, yeah, that hard drive is so fucking slow to like just go into the party menu alone.
Mm.
I had some other things on here, but I don't really care about the rest of them. There's one thing people are mad about, that parties could be recorded. But for one, your phone's recording you. For two, like,
Your FBI agent already hears everything you say, so calm down.
exactly. But for two, it's like, if you're really mad about Sony being able to hear what you're saying, you're probably being an asshole. And in that case, stop being an asshole to little kids and you won't have a problem. But it like the confusion with that was that there was a pop-up that showed up when you get into a party, and people read it as Sony was always going to like listen to you. But what it is PS5 is going to have a feature where you can record up to 40 seconds and send it to Sony if you're being harassed or something, so that they can actually kind of, I think Xbox has this, where they can actually like instead of getting a report be like, he called me a poo-poo head, it's like they can actually listen to the clip and deem if it's harassment or not. So like instead of getting someone to be like, instead of someone just typing out like, hey, he called me an N-word and then just getting banned, like there's actually a clip of someone being an asshole and saying that and getting banned for the right reasons.
I'm reminded of a more efficient version of the Bully Hunters thing, though not quite like the Bully Hunters thing itself, but like, that kind of like idea of like being able to more easily like get someone like who's being an asshole like actually caught being an asshole, like you were saying, that like that kind of idea. I'm sorry, I was just reminded of fucking Bully Hunters.
Bully Hunters is weird.
But
it was strange. It's like, it really was. For me, I am very abrasive when it comes to this topic. I am very for it to a point where it's like I get mad at people, which is dumb because I'm young. But it's like at this point, everyone's making this big deal about my privacy. But at this point, who fucking cares? There are kids out there getting bullied like constantly all the time on a PlayStation party, and everyone's like, it doesn't happen. Cool, it doesn't happen to you. It happens a lot, and I know how fucking toxic people can be. So I don't care. I will give away my privacy if it means some kid won't feel like they need to take their life or do some stupid stuff because of PSN party chat, and that's what happens.
You never had privacy to begin with, though. What, you think you're safe in incognito mode? Guess what? You're not!
Bro, exactly. But it's like, Sony's not going to come out and say it, but I think there was a thing recently of that situation I just said happening. And so I think they were like, yeah, we need to take this system seriously because it's a sad, unfortunate thing that happens that people don't really think about because everyone's caught up in the privacy argument, or they're like, it doesn't happen to me. Well, it happens, and I don't care about my privacy as long as that's an issue. I don't want people to be harassed. I don't want 10-year-olds thinking they can go on PSN and say the N-word whenever they want to. So good, take away my privacy so that those people can be banned. If that's what has to happen, it has to happen.
If you're not actively being an asshole to like not even like being an asshole in terms of like just dicking around with your friends, but like in terms of like doing the whole bullying thing or whatever, if you're not doing anything like that, what do you think they're gonna do with like just recordings of you just bullshitting with friends and shit?
Yeah.
That's a little silly.
Exactly. Like, if you're not being an asshole, this really doesn't affect you.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's all for that. I got heated.
I got a little tilted.
Yeah, true. This new news story came out today. Actually, it broke. Destruction All Stars, a game I was looking forward to, but I was always abrasive to it. I was always kind of like, I don't know, because it looks fun, but it was gonna be $70 at launch, and I'm like, there's so many games at launch that I don't want to pay $70 for it, and I don't know if it's worth that. Like, I'd buy it for $40, but it didn't look like a $70 game to me, and it looked like they were sending that game out to die at $70. But it came out today that.
So, I'm sorry, but remind me what Destruction All Stars is again. Was it like that roller derby like kind of thing?
No, that was the Ubisoft one. I don't know if you saw this because this was in the PS5 event. It's kind of like this cartoony. People are comparing the art style to Fortnite, which whatever. It has a cartoony art style. People are gonna call it Fortnite, but it's kind of a cartoony art style. It's like a battle royale kind of ish demolition derby kind of game.
Yeah, that
you're
one.
in an arena and like you're doing breaking people's cars and you're getting out of the cars and you're fighting and doing stuff. It looks really fun, and I'm really looking forward to it. The news broke today though that it's being delayed to February, and it's going to be a PlayStation Plus game. So it's going to be free as long as you have PlayStation Plus, which is a great move. Like we've seen with Fall Guys, like how even if you think Fall Guys is a dead game now, which it's really not.
Because Among Us.
True. It's like I don't think Fall Guys is a dead game. I just think you stopped caring about it, so you don't really see it on Twitter as much anymore. But it's still thriving. Like it's still a good game.
Mm-hmm.
But among like Fall Guys,
all these F-word games. Shit, it's too much to keep track of.
Bro, it really is. But Fall Guys was a perfect case of it going to PS Plus and it blew up. So I think this could be really good for Destruction All Stars. I mean, it has to be a good game for that to happen, but I think it has the makings of one.
Mm-hmm.
What do you take of this?
I think it was a neat little move. I think that's probably a good move for like, I don't know, what would you call it, like things that aren't like, I don't know if this was even like a AAA kind of title or not, but like not like quite indie kind of games, but like fucking like sort of like in that mid section, I guess like double A or something. Like the games that do have like a good amount of like people and shit like behind them, but they're not like these super big things, especially with like new IPs and stuff. Like if there's like a high chance that like a lot of people aren't going to check them out, especially if they are like at a full retail price of like 70 or something, it might be a good idea to have games like that move to services like PlayStation Plus so they get more exposure and people are more willing to try it out because they're not going to like pay that full like $70 retail price for something like that. So that might something like that might help the games, those kinds of games, get out there a lot more.
Yeah, I agree with you. For like, I don't know what I would call it, but yeah, for studios of that caliber, because it is weird. Like, I don't think it's indie or AAA, but it's like, I mean, it is kind of a small studio, but it's also like it has the publishing, like it has Sony publishing behind it. So like it was like a big kind of like thing. Like Sony was really investing, like this was going to be their like launch multiplayer game, which that's why it sucks to see it get delayed. It's so weird. This is like half a month away and they're delaying it now. It makes me wonder why. Because I think if it had issues, I feel like they would have delayed it prior. I think this might be a look, the game is done for what we wanted it to be, but what if we did more to it and amped it up, got it ready for February, and then put it on PS Plus for people to play? Because I feel like it had to be done, right? Like I don't think it went gold, but like I feel like it had to have been like in a playable state. Like I don't think it was some buggy game that they have to delay now. Like I feel like because it's less than a month away, like I feel like it was done, but they're like, let's work on it a little bit more. We have more ideas. So it's a smart move. I'm just kind of like, why now? Like why did they wait so long to delay it?
I don't know. I would assume like it was because of that reason to like moving on there, because they might have been a little bit worried that it probably wouldn't get as much attention as they would want it to get otherwise. At least that's just how I'm looking at it. I don't know I don't know the game industry, so I don't know if that's really accurate. But that's just kind of the impression that I get from a move like this.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it turns out, but I'm kind of excited to see what comes of it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I guess that does it for tonight's episode. If you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, hit us up, ask us questions, do all that fun jazzy stuff.
Yeah,
And,
please do it. We're very lonely.
please. And have a nice night, everyone. Peace out.
All right, see ya. Goodbye, everybody. Have an enjoyable whatever time of day.
Bye.